Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and today I will be reacting to Young Royals Season 1 Episode 3. I'm really chuffed that there is going to be a Season 2. I hope it will come soon, but we all know things take time. I will try to do a live react of that series. But for now, I have made some adjustments to my setup and we'll see whether this is better than the other ones. So let's get to it.
Du är väl tenor? Ja. Simon, kan du inte läsa noter? Nej, jag håller på att lära mig. Visa mig då. Spela.
Oh, that's a very cute piano scene. Quite classic.
Visa mig när du kan.
He's quite nervous, I think. I actually think it's really difficult to play when somebody else is watching you.
Det där som hände i fredags. Jag tänker att vi kanske ska glömma det.
Forget it.
För att jag sa ju ändå att jag liksom...
Told him he's not gay.
Att jag inte är sån. Hej, jag måste gå. Jag vill fortfarande vara kompisar liksom. Ja.
Yeah, you're breaking his heart and still want to be friends. F off. I mean, I do kind of get that Wilhelm has not explored his feelings or same-sex attractions before, so I think it's really new for him and maybe doesn't fit with the view he's got on himself. On the other hand, it's really clear to everyone, well, who's watching, that he really, really does like Simon. I think his comment about just wanting to be friends is kind of like, no.
Kommer dina föräldrar på föräldradagen? Inte min pappa. Varför inte? För att jag inte har någon kontakt med honom. Oj, inte Simon heller? Nej.
He does.
Varför då? För att han är en dålig människa som inte kan ta hand om sig själv och det går ut över alla. Mamma tror att jag kan hoppa 1,20. Men det kan du inte. Nej.
I think this is quite an interesting scene because Felice gets to learn a lot more about Sarah and Simon's relationship with their parents, and she starts opening up to Sarah about her lying to her mother, but it doesn't seem like Sarah understands exactly what Felice is getting at. I like how they bring up parents' evening this early in the episode because it gives us a hint about what this episode is going to be all about. This is quite awkward. So I really like this montage. It tells us that Wilhelm is always thinking about Simon. He's looking at him in class. He is scrolling through his Instagram. When he sees another couple hooking up, he immediately thinks of Simon, and it seems like he's doing some soul searching. And what happens next kind of confirms this impression.
Hej.
Ooh, he snubbed him. Well, I can't really blame him.
Det kommer typ vara helt tomt här. Och
You have to spell it out.
om jag skulle stanna, skulle du kunna göra mig sällskap?
Oh god. And Wilhelm is really nervous. He wants to say yes, I think. Say yes.
Okej.
Oh, made him really happy. And now we can't wait for the weekend to come. So excited to get to school. She's doing her hair like Felice is doing. So I think it's really interesting here. It's a very small clip, but we see that Sara is starting to do her hair like Felice is doing. And it's a very subtle way to show her changing from not caring and to wanting maybe to be accepted. So I think that's a really nice touch. And the bill. It's clear that it's really urgent to get the money back from August.
Jag har 1000 saker att gå igenom idag, så att jag har inte tid att prata med dig.
När? Kan du inte
Oh, says mommy.
Okej.
Du ska betala tillbaka till mig.
When it comes to the bill, it's kind of interesting to see the change in Simon, because now he realizes he really, really does need that money. Not only does he need to pay his father back, but he does need money to pay the tutoring money as well, so his mother doesn't get to know. So now the pressure's really on for him. Oh, he's so happy. And they can't keep their eyes off each other. Oh, she's standing next to Wilhelm. And she's looking at them. I think she knows something's up. She is gauging everything. Is it her liking? Oh, it's just a little bit too big for her.
Och jag trivs verkligen.
She's straight on Wilhelm.
Ja, men det tror jag.
Vadå? Nej, nu får du berätta.
Du vet, blickar och sånt.
Ja, jo, jag vet.
I find it really interesting how her mother is going around her room looking to see how it looks, and she asks first how she is doing, and the very next question is how Wilhelm's doing. From this, I gather that Felice's liking for Wilhelm is partially encouraged by her mother, and it seems that Felice wants to be with Wilhelm because that's what her mother wants her to do. That is not to say that I think Felice doesn't like Wilhelm, but maybe that she wouldn't be romantically interested in him if her mother hadn't indicated that she wanted them to be together. And it's really clear here that her mother is actually living through Felice here, I think, and Felice seems to be trying her best to live up to her mother's expectations.
Det blir ingen gemensam lunch idag på grund av föräldradagen.
Det är ju därför
What
vi
the
är här.
fuck?
Föräldralunchen är ju inte för externa. Vet du vad? Jag ordnar det.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed too and feel really humiliated. I think that August is really just doing it to be a dick. And that there really is a space for them and that he is being kind. Or maybe that he'd forgotten them. I hadn't actually noticed last time I watched this, but that August is really keen on being seen with Ulla and that he wants to be in the picture, he wants to look his best. I think he really feeds off being good friends with Wilhelm or being seen as being good friends with him.
Men vadå? Du kan ju inte bara sitta inne på ditt rum. Ut till de andra.
Nej, men jag pallar inte gå och hälsa på alla heller.
Kom igen, så jobbigt är det inte.
It is,
Det ser skitkonstigt ut om du inte dyker upp.
yeah, it's weird if you don't show up.
Dyk upp, Erik.
Alltså, du är en sån typ. Det är inte så svårt. Det är bara gå ut och hälsa, skaka lite händer.
Jag tänkte faktiskt snacka lite med dig om det. För att jag hade nog tänkt stanna här. För att plugga.
To study, yeah, sure.
Jag behöver jobba ikapp lite grann.
Ska du, Wilhelm, min lillebror, stanna i skolan?
Du har träffat någon.
Yeah, he sussed it out straight away.
Hallå?
He's not too subtle.
Ja, okej, men Erik, det är inte som att jag tror att vi är ihop eller något sådär. Jag vet inte riktigt vad det är. Kan vi bara...
Oh, he's so nervous. Happy, maybe.
Sen kommer folk att börja tycka en massa saker och...
Yeah. I think Eric is pointing out something really important here. That whoever Wilhelm starts to date, it's going to get attention and it's not something that can be completely private.
Varför sitter du inne på ditt rum och trycker?
Foreshadowing.
Gå ut och häng med
Fuck you, det är inget ragg.
A drag. Apparently the word rag is slang for like a hookup or maybe fling or something. Does this mean that Ville thinks that it's a bit more serious than that, or just that he's a bit embarrassed and happy and all? He's really pissed.
Jag pallar inte gå in där. Vi är inte ens bjudna.
I'd be humiliated.
Så Felice är faktiskt den fjärde generationen som går på Hillerska. Och så är hon den fjärde Hillerska tjejen som rider.
Oh,
När jag gick
Firth who rides as well.
i stallet.
He is snubbing August.
Hej, Wilhelm.
Hej Felice.
And of course he's sitting next to Simon, but I think Felice's mother thinks he is sitting next to Felice.
Mamma, heter Wilhelm. Wilhelm, mamma.
So nervous.
Jag menar Linda. Hej, Linda. Wilhelm. Trevligt att träffas.
Ja, detsamma. Jag verkar vara den enda som inte känner alla.
Nu gör det.
Oh.
Sara rider. Vilken slags häst har du?
Jag har ingen egen häst. Jag rider Rousseau.
Jaha, så du rider Felice häst?
Jag rider Rousseau. Jag rider Rousseau alltid på morgonen, nästan alltid på kvällen. Jag mockar, jag fodrar.
Oh no.
Men varför rider du så?
För att Felice inte vill.
She doesn't get it. She doesn't get the social clues.
Felice?
Oh, poor Felice.
Ursäkta mig.
Oh, Wilhelm is going after her. And they're getting the wrong idea.
Hur jag än gör så blir det bara fel.
Oh, poor Felice. I do actually feel really sorry for her.
Tycker du det?
Det är klart.
Oh no.
Jag,
Oh, poor girl.
jag menade inte...
I feel so sorry for her. First, Sarah lets slip that Felice doesn't actually like to ride, which is something that her mother was convinced that she was doing, and maybe she feels like she has let her mother down because her mother wants her to be this perfect girl, maybe the same as she was. And then when Ville goes after her, she thinks that means something, particularly when he says that yeah, he does think she is perfect. And then she kisses him, and then it turns out that he was just being nice. So not only did her mother find out, but she was also disabused of the notion that Ville might like her. Poor girl. I actually really feel for her in this clip. But I think it also shows a turning point in her character, even more so when she first started hanging out with Sarah. I think it's interesting how this is juxtaposed to how she deals with her mother in the Lucia scene in a later episode.
2 terminer, det måste du kunna betala av.
Har inte de resurserna. Du får slanta av.
Dör heller.
Inte ens Karl Johan överlevde med sitt efternamn i slutändan.
Du är ju för fan inte hans livlöster i alla fall.
Nej.
Okej då. Men bra, då vet jag vad jag har det. Skitbra. Vet du, jag behöver inte det. Jag behöver inte det. Nej, jag har aldrig behövt det. Jag klarar mig själv. Du kan åka hem nu. Jag stannar här över helgen.
I feel kind of bad for August here because it seems like he can't trust his mother to have his back. She says she doesn't have the funds, but maybe she could have her boyfriend foot the bill, maybe. And it makes me wonder if she shows up because she wants to see her son, or whether she shows up because she wants to save face and to show everyone that she loves her son. But it must hurt for August to know that his mother doesn't seem to have his back.
Fan gör du här?
August, du ska föra över pengarna nu.
Jag tar med gangsters nu också. Är det ett hot där?
Ge mig din lur.
Jävla fuck, är det ett problem? Vad fan gör du?
They went for Castle. Neither was I.
Simon!
Släpp
Simon!
mig!
Vad håller du på med?
Fuck, jag
fel med mig?
Jag vill ha mina pengar! Fattar inte du det?
Om jag hade haft någonting så hade jag gett det till dig! Jag har inga pengar! Min familj är pank, jag har inget kvar!
I think I heard him say that.
Jag skiter i. Du ska betala mig.
Kind of feel sorry for August here.
Jag vet inte vad de gör med dig på den här skolan, Simon. Men du är fan inte bättre än han.
Yeah, he really fucked up, didn't he? And it's not a very good look for him. Yeah, this is a really negative side of Simon. He got really angry and did something he shouldn't do. And I actually think his friends did the right thing by censoring him for his actions and telling him like this isn't okay. On the other hand, I do understand his frustration and anger and stress, but this is not the way to deal with it. So I think this is maybe one of Simon's worst moments in the show, except for the times where he steals from his dad to get medication to sell. So I think really this is a bad side of Simon.
Vart har du varit?
Shit, vad du skräms. På skolan.
Har du varit med Wilhelm? Jag har ju sett hur ni tittar på varandra.
Yeah, who hasn't?
Runt för?
Det är för hans skull.
Simon, vi har lovat varandra inga hemligheter.
Jag vet.
But he has a lot of secrets
Jag
from
hade
her.
tänkt berätta, men bättre att hålla tyst om min fråga.
Yeah.
Säg inte till någon.
Jag lovar. Gillar du honom eller?
No, not at all. He doesn't like him at all.
Nej,
No.
Har ni gjort något än?
Men lägg av, Sara.
Har du pussat
Lägg av! Du ska få veta.
They do have a really nice relationship, I think.
Jag ska berätta. Imorgon.
Men va?
Bro.
Hej.
Får jag komma in?
Checking if anybody saw her coming. Maybe. Okay, Felice. I know that you're hurting, but this is not the way to go about it. He's not a rebound hookup. So she's kind of using him to feel better about herself, and that is not okay. But I do feel sorry for her as well, and I do kind of get where she's coming from. She just wants to feel loved, probably, and she knows she has that in August. August? I can't really pronounce his name, it's really difficult for me. I would get a sinking feeling if I got a text like that.
August kommer att stanna här över helgen.
Oh, disappointed.
Han kommer vara på mig. Så här.
Oh, somebody's calling him, and it's probably his mother. Never realized that before.
Det kanske skulle funka om jag åkte till Bjärsta istället. Jag vill ju liksom hänga med dig ändå. Med mig och mamma eller. Hon är asskön.
Oh, isn't his mother beautiful? And then the music starts and you know something is up. Oh my god, everybody's staring. I would be afraid too. He looks really frightened.
Har jag gjort något eller vad är det som har...
Ja, han är här.
Ja, det är Wilhelm.
Wilhelm, det är mamma.
Hej. Vad är det som händer?
Det är Erik. Han körde för snabbt och tappade kontrollen. Han har varit inblandad i en bilolycka. Wilhelm. Erik är död.
I still think the ending is really sad and it makes me really depressed. to be honest, and you sort of don't want to like watch anymore because you know the next episode is probably not going to be the best. All in all, this is probably one of my least favorite episodes, even though we do get to see a lot of character development. We get to see how the children's relationship are with their parents, and maybe that explains a bit more about the way they are acting. We see a really negative side of Simon, where he gets really angry, and it seems like it's out of character for him because his friends were really shocked and confused and really disappointed in him. I like the dynamic between Felice and her mother. She tries her best to please her, but it doesn't seem that it's ever enough, or she has to lie to her mother to get her mother to like her. We also see Auguste's relationship with his mother, and that it's not a very good relationship. Maybe I think he feels let down by her, and it's really difficult to actually understand exactly what the relationship is. On the one hand, it seems that she is just as broke as he is, and that because he owns the estate, he actually has more capital than she does. Maybe she is pretending to her boyfriend that she has money, and maybe that's why she doesn't want to ask him for money to pay the tuition. Maybe she's trying as hard as Auguste is to keep up appearances. But it is really clear that he is really disappointed in his mother and he's really hurting. And I think also that Simon forced a confession out of him that he will come to regret later. And he seems really distraught when Simon leaves. So I think it's a really interesting. So in that sense, it's a really interesting. Episode, but it's still not one of my favorites. But I'm looking forward to watching the next one, and hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye.